Let me go ahead and change our screen here then.
I think I did change it up or whatever, but there we go.
There we go. So we are in the studio now. Is that It's Really Supernatural Facebook feed?
That is right there.
Okay,
That's It's
so
Really
listen here,
Supernatural.
everybody, you got to go to It's Really Supernatural Facebook feed to pick up everything. Now we're getting ready to. I'm gonna do my best to see if I can to see. Listen here, y'all. I don't know who's been in here talking about what, but evidently Mark Zuckerberg does not like people talking about genders. I didn't say transgenders. I'm just talking about
genders,
because that's what it comes up on there, isn't
right,
it?
right.
Yes. So if I could ever find that word.
I did not have a chance to turn this down, so y'all bear with me for a second.
So here, everybody, we just kind of getting it all excited here. Everybody wave at the camera like we're getting started. You're on that camera right there. God bless you. Bill, I got to move you over here just a minute.
All right, so, okay. Yeah, we're definitely on.
It's Really Supernatural. Well, Scott Henry Schaefer was live.
Yeah.
Where did you send me to? Do we know yet?
Yeah, I mean, but it's coming up.
Henry Schaefer.
Perfect.
But
it's under Henry Schaefer, or is it? See, it's messed up because I've got up there. It says initiating. It's Really Supernatural, but do you see the title up there?
Oh, no, that's from last week.
Is that last week? Okay, let me.
Oh yeah, that was last week.
Okay,
there you go.
This new one has not come up yet.
Okay, the new one.
Really?
Okay.
So we're streaming somewhere. We just don't know where at, do we? All right, everybody.
All
So
right.
anyway, we're gonna get everybody on in here. Dana, she's working at the
Trying.
She's down in the hull of the ship, getting the engines going. Figuring out what's going on. We're standing up on the top, just trying to steer, keep it between the ditches.
All right,
And
listen.
everybody's just laughing at us. Some of us has been targeted from some of the programs we've been doing as far as gender assignment, reassignment, and all these different things. How do you get out of Facebook jail? Does anybody know?
I don't know. I'm not even sure.
Now, we got put in YouTube jail about a year ago. I can't remember. Oh, I think I showed something about Muslims.
Right.
They had them buried in Saudi Arabia, not Saudi Arabia. They had them buried in the Middle East, somewhere in Iraq or Iran.
That was like a 3-month sentence, too.
Yeah, and I showed them cutting their heads off. I mean, it's really happening in the world. They do it on TV.
I think that got us on YouTube, not on Facebook.
And
it's on YouTube, not on Facebook.
So anyway, so what happened is we got put in YouTube jail because we showed Muslims cutting their heads off.
Right.
And I'm not the one who said they'd cut their heads off. They said they would. I just showed what they were doing. I mean, it was a real video of it actually happening. So we got in YouTube jail. And I've done my best over the last couple of years to stay out of YouTube jail. So, we were kicked off of YouTube. But we got out of jail, and we were able to stream back to YouTube. Then we got put into Facebook jail. Somebody got us put into Facebook jail, so now we're trying to get out of Facebook jail. And I don't know how much money it takes.
Have the rules changed?
So
I think what it is that the election is coming up. What month is it right now? Is it August?
it's August the 3rd.
August, September, October, November the 3rd. Is that when they do this? The 4th of November, whenever it is, that they have the midterm elections? They have found out one of the ways that, Hillary Clinton should have won. I mean, they know Hillary should have won, but they didn't realize that behind the scenes, they had so much alternative news going out there, talking to all these different people, knowing that they were getting the real truth behind the scenes. They're going, how did this happen? And I think they found out that what it was that it's really supernatural. Something happened behind the scenes. God was at work behind the scenes. And that's because, I mean, they had the CNN Clinton News Network. They had all of that tied up. I mean, all of them are in the can I use the word bed together? All of them are in the washing machine together. How about that? They're all in the same pot, they're all the same. You turn it from one channel to the next to the next. The only one that's different that I know of is Fox News.
Right.
That's the only one that I know difference. And if you listen to Mark Taylor will tell you, everybody, he says, you need to turn that stuff off. Turn the TV off because you are being indoctrinated by what the left, their media wants you to know and what the way they want you to think. He says, now, if you turn to the other one, he says, you can turn to Fox News. He says, you're going to get a different flavor on Fox News.
Right.
He says, but what you really need to do is go to the Trump feed. Go to Donald Trump's real Twitter feed or his Facebook feed. That is his feed. He says, that's where you're going to get what that man's thinking and what's being said
What
out
is
there.
being really, what's
So
really being
what did
said.
y'all find out about us?
Well,
over here?
so what I did is that took us to YouTube and not Facebook. So
Okay.
we're live on YouTube. So I didn't mess with it. So what I done is I went to YouTube and I shared it to my Facebook page.
Okay, then you're going to share it to WCC.
So now I'm going to
Facebook?
share it. Yeah. So now I'm going to share it to the other pages that
Okay, good.
I can do. So
Good. All right. Well, something happened, didn't it?
it did. I don't know what it was, but I'm sharing it to the radio page and.
Yeah, it says we're going to Studio WCC. Yeah, so anyway, y'all, we're back to YouTube. Just that we can't talk about transgenders tonight.
Right.
If we do, we get put in Facebook.
So I think we just
YouTube.
maybe need to figure that out maybe after the show, exactly what we need to do to get it logged back in. But anyway.
So, do y'all still love us out there? That's what I have to keep hearing.
Right.
Does everybody still love us? I mean, do y'all really love the program? And I need the first person to call me here at 803-335-3131 and say, Pastor, or It's Really Supernatural. Y'all keep the programs up. Please don't stop broadcasting the truth. I need
Right.
somebody to call. Who's going to be the first one to call in to give me, I love you, Pastor? Anybody going to call me? 803-335-3131. Say, hey, we want a voice. We want to tell you, y'all keep up the good program. Hey, if they don't call, Bill, call me.
Right. Well,
Somebody call me.
Go out there and call him.
Somebody go
Go out there
outside
and call.
and please call 803. You know, there was a man that he was on a national. It's what is that? That you can get XM radio. And when you're on XM radio, yes, nationwide.
Right.
And it's being broadcast nationwide off a satellite.
Okay.
And he says, I need somebody to call me to tell me how much they appreciate the program. And he says, okay, I need somebody to call me. He told us one of the guys, he says, go out there and call me.
Oh, there you go, Pastor.
Okay, caller, you're live and on the air. Go ahead and tell us something.
Hey, Pastor, this is Janae. And
Oh, there's other ones calling in. Who is that right there talking
That's
to us?
Janae.
That's Janae.
Is that Janae calling? Let me get my headphones though so I can talk to her.
Yeah. Hold on just a minute, Janae.
Go ahead, Janae. What you got?
Okay. We love you, and we love It's Supernatural, and don't ever stop the program.
All right. Well, thank you so very much. Let's see who this other. I wonder if that's Mark Zuckerberg calling in here.
And by the way, it's not working on Facebook on your page. It's still not working.
Yeah, she's trying to share it. You're going to get a
It's
link.
it's just going to be a link that's going to take them to YouTube.
Yeah, you're just going to get a link now.
Okay.
You won't be a screen that pops up.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're going to hang up.
Love
Thank you.
y'all. Bye.
All right, seeing that somebody else, they're going to call in too. I guess they're going to do it here. There they are right there. Okay, caller, you live and on the air. Yeah, you're live on, welcome, WCC 99.9. You're live and on the air.
In order to complete this call, you must dial the area code and
We
the
lost
telephone number.
We lost it.
Thank you.
That must have been Mark Zuckerberg calling in.
Oh my God.
803. Thank you, Janae, for calling in. 803-335-3131. You know, we were going to talk about, or we had planned to talk about the Trump anxiety syndrome that's going around. Oh, look
There we
here.
go.
Let me see if we got another one here. Okay, caller, you live and on the air. Got a comment, got a question?
Don't ever turn off the It's Really Supernatural. We absolutely love it.
All right, that's Jason. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
You're not sitting in the parking lot calling us, are you?
Oh, we
Uh-oh,
got
got another caller.
Thank you, Jason.
On Friday nights for years. Y'all have a great night. We can't wait to hear y'all.
All right, thank you. All right, caller, keep on calling. Never who you are. I just got Jason off the line. There you go, right there. Hello, caller. You live and on the air. Got a comment? Got a question?
Pastor Henry, don't y'all dare go off the air.
That's what. Thank
Hey,
you.
Tony.
Thank you, brother Tony. Man, I'm telling you, I appreciate you very much being part of the radio station here and your programs and all outside the four walls.
Don't
Very
make
good.
me jump in the Camaro and come up there.
Yeah, that sounds good. Hey, listen, I really like that song that you did this week off of Morning Manna. challenge. That was a good one. You did good. Sign you up,
Thank
brother.
you, sir.
Sign you up.
All right.
All right, see you
God
later.
bless y'all.
God bless.
Bye, Tony.
All right, we got 3 of them so far saying,
That's
hey,
right.
let's keep it going.
So let's give a shout out here to sponsors of It's Really Supernatural real quick. We've got Whippoorwill Farms,
Whippoorwill Farm.
Janae and Joe Munzberg, and
You know him. You know him. Right here.
Lee Moore Pools.
Yeah, here's what we're going to try to do.
You gonna play his?
If I can find it. Y'all
All
keep
right.
talking until I find it.
So we got
Here
some
it is.
awesome sponsors of
There
It's
he
Really
is.
Supernatural.
This is Lee Moore of Lee Moore's Pool Services, and I'm a proud sponsor of It's Really Supernatural. Call me at 803-707-2258. I tether off to the Bible, and then I jump overboard into the land of the supernatural. Come, go with us.
All right. Thank you there, Lee Moore. God bless you for all that you do, for supporting It's Really Supernatural. Janae and also Whippoorwill Farms. Thank you so much for all that you do. God bless you. So look at here. Are we going to talk about that Trump syndrome?
We are. I mean, man.
Now, listen, we need to talk about Facebook syndrome. Because
Right.
I'm telling you what, a lot of us are getting thrown in Facebook jail.
I know.
You know?
And I mean, you know, and I started laughing when we tried to log on, even for our program, and couldn't get on. I'm thinking, man, we
Yeah,
just
we talking
we
about
try to
joy.
we try to spare joy on Monday morning.
Yeah.
They
And
looked
right
to
now
see
we're in
with y'all.
Facebook jail.
They got
Oh,
us
my-
guilty by association.
Oh, I love it. But anyway, so I have already seen this before on Facebook a few weeks back, and then someone else posted it again today, and I thought, wow, this is a real thing, and it's hard to believe that people are actually having Trump anxiety disorder. I thought, I have heard it all now.
Oh, we are live. I got it there.
You got it. Yeah, on
well,
YouTube.
we are live
Uh-huh.
on YouTube. Isn't that amazing,
Yes.
everybody?
On YouTube we are. So
Yeah, live and on YouTube. Wow. So it's kind of like a little different here for us.
it is. I
Going
mean,
through
yeah,
all
because
that.
we don't have. I did get to share it over, you know, to our Facebook page. So,
Yeah.
but I know you might have a video. I'm not sure, but the one I watched on Facebook was that the therapists see an increase in patients with Trump anxiety disorder, and this one is this woman.
What's the name of it?
It's this one here. She's crying, and I mean, it's just.
Bless her heart.
I mean, it's unbelievable. And I mean, I don't even have any words for it. I mean, so I told Bill, I said, we're going to talk about Tad tonight.
Let me see it again. I have heard it all. Oh, what's the name? I need to know the name of the video.
Report, U.S. therapists see increase in patients with Trump anxiety disorder. So, so we called it, so everybody's got TAD, T-A-D. I said, oh my gosh, it's a real thing.
Oh, this one right here? Here we go.
There it is. You can
Let's
play
see
that
what
and
we
let him
got.
hear
Yeah,
it.
I'm going to do that.
Oh, might need to get rid of that commercial, yeah. All right,
Here we
here
go.
we go.
Conflict, a feeling of helplessness, spending more time on social media. All of these could very well be the symptoms of a brand new psychological illness. Therapists in the U.S. say they are seeing increasing numbers of patients with what they call Donald Trump anxiety disorder. Apparently, it affects both those who support the president and his detractors as well. And the president's haters, for example, tend to worry that the world will end, while his supporters feel isolated from society and even from their families. With therapists now saying Trump's policies make their patients feel on edge, U.S. Democrats also appear to be suffering. Recent polls show they are still addicted to the idea that Russia rigged the vote tally in the election that got Trump into office, something, as Caleb Moppin explains, that's denied by the majority of U.S. government agencies.
Now, the ideas that are commonly labeled as conspiracy theories at this point are most commonly associated with right-wingers and Trump supporters in the public mind. However, it seems that liberals also have their share of tinfoil hat thinking. Polls show that 55% of Democrats believe that Russia actually did tamper with the voting results. Only 13% of Republicans buy into this idea, which is pretty universally rejected even by the staunchest Russia bashers.
I know of no evidence that through cyber intrusions, votes were altered or suppressed.
They did not change any vote tallies or anything of that sort.
So if Russia did indeed carry out election fraud on behalf of Donald Trump, why would James Clapper, John Brennan, and the intelligence community say that they didn't do that? Are 55% of Democrats actually convinced that the CIA is covering up for Russia? That's quite a conspiracy theory. We decided to ask New Yorkers about it. Do you think that Russia changed the voting results in the last election?
No. No, not at all.
Okay. And 55% of Democrats apparently believe that. Why?
Media, that's why. Propaganda, fake news. Trump says it best.
They're delusional, misinformed, or they have their own agenda beyond that, something else.
Do you think that Russia changed the voting results in the last election?
Yes.
Can you tell us how?
Well, I'm sure through technology they were able to somehow finagle.
Possibly. I think so. I've heard that a lot. So, yeah, maybe. But I don't know.
They found one story that they could keep bringing up and attack President Trump. And I think they're going to try to milk that as much as they can. But I personally don't see any evidence of Russian meddling in our elections.
I look for credible evidence, and I don't have it yet.
I think that our media is a Berlin Wall in the United States, and people don't know the truth about what's really happening. Russia's not the enemy that they make it out to be.
Some people think that the moon landing was fake. Others think that 9/11 was an inside job. And it seems that the majority of rank-and-file Democrats believe that somehow Russia got into voting machines and changed votes for Hillary Clinton to votes for Donald Trump. The truth is out there, but perhaps people should look for it someplace else. Caleb Maupin, RT, New York.
Meanwhile, ever since the Helsinki bromance between the two leaders, the Kremlin now looks like it's beefing up its support for Trump even more.
All right. What's everybody got to think about that one? Well, let's do 9/11. Was that an inside job? Did we really land on the moon? Anybody got, Gerald, what do you think? Now, don't ride the fence. You sat on that fence, brother. I don't know. I remember my mama having a clothesline in the backyard.
Yeah.
And I could never figure out how that bird could grab that clothesline and sit on that thing without it flopping around, you know what I mean, and going to the under, because that thing ain't really that tight. But right. It could sit right there and it could balance itself. All right, Gerald.
Well,
I'm going to ask you a question.
Is this going to be with or without the prohibited sign? You know how they have the little prohibited sign where you X something out and say, you know, not prohibited? Because I don't want to, you know, to some degree, I know that there.
What is your opinion?
Yeah, my opinion. I think it's all mixed together and it's very confusing. And I think it's done that way by purpose. So the whole thing about, I think if you do research, you take one issue at a time. Don't lump them all together. And so if you take the
moon landing, yes or
I don't
no?
want to deal with the moon landing. I have no idea. I was probably 2 years old when they landed on the moon, and as far as I know, everything's hunky dory.
Right.
Okay.
But I had to research that one. But I have researched 9/11.
Okay.
Okay. I have more of a formulated opinion on that.
What do you think about that one?
Inside job or not?
I think it was an inside job on that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Meaning who?
Meaning who? When you mean inside job,
that means us.
It means it's an inside job. Who is the inside and who's the outside? The inside is
the people that own the building.
The same people that normally do inside jobs are the same people who did this inside job.
Oh, okay.
But I can give you more details. You want me to give you names?
Well, that's up to you now.
I don't want to get into the names.
Get kicked off YouTube.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's what I was going to ask. Can we get put in Facebook jail?
There we can.
On
or
YouTube.
can we get put in YouTube jail?
This is just our opinion, though.
Yeah.
Everybody can state their opinion,
right? Because the thing about it is, I think here's the phrase. I think we are in the days of the last days, and I think we're in the days of what I would call the Great Deception.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you missed line 11 and you think it was if you actually start doing your reading, not watch TV now.
Right.
If you start doing your reading, you see the details that actually came out about 9/11.
Right.
There's a lot of unanswered questions.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
So when you have a lot of unanswered questions, and you go directly to the people who's supposed to know,
right,
and they don't give you the answers, and they give you the runaround. What else? I mean, most people's logic, it's two different logics. One is that when you see smoke, don't question it. Just ignore it. They don't exist. Or you can say, where is that? What's causing that smoke? Usually it's a fire that's causing it, depending on what kind of smoke it is. Right. But usually there's a source or reason why there is smoke. But if you got somebody standing on the outside saying, hey, never mind that man behind the curtain, and they have control of the situation, and you can't do anything about it, then what else are you going to think? You could only just speculate from that point on.
Yeah.
And that's true with any situation where the powers can come in and control the situation. So there you go.
So now I just don't. I think we landed on the moon, and 9/11 happened because of terrorists from Saudi Arabia, and there was something, they didn't build that building right, caused all that. There was something sneaky about it, but I lost all faith in this government when we attacked Afghanistan instead of Saudi Arabia.
They did. I didn't. They did. I didn't. I just want to let you know. It's my Facebook page. It's my channel. They did. I didn't. Go ahead, brother. I'm just kidding.
But I mean, that's the way I feel about it.
Okay, so let's get back to the real story here tonight, though. I mean, we're talking about President Trump and the things that's going on. So, I mean, we're talking about
therapists see increase in patients with Trump anxiety. This is the real
I have
deal
Trump anxiety, and I want to express myself on this radio.
Yeah, right.
Here we go. You ready?
Yeah, let's listen to
watch
this.
this one here.
This is what really happens.
Tissues. Therapists say that there has been a rise in politically related anxiety dubbed Trump anxiety disorder. The main symptom, fearing that the world is ending. Many on the left reportedly feeling on edge about President Trump's rhetoric and policies. Although it is not an official diagnosis, patients also suffering from lack of sleep and spending an excessive amount of time on social media. Send us your thoughts on that. Friends at FoxNews.com.
Bless their hearts, they're crying.
I mean, really, they're not sleeping. They're just so stressed out, really, because Trump's president. I mean, and they think the world's going in. Well, I got news for you. It is, but it ain't because Trump's president.
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean? That's so when I hear this kind of stuff, I'm just and if you could see the pictures that Fox News Insider showed, I mean, people are crying, and I mean, just all this craziness to me that just doesn't even make sense.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, it's I think it is. It's spiritual in a sense.
Yeah, let's watch this one.
Okay.
All right.
I think this is only 2 minutes. Let's see. Is that the same one there? Let's see this.
I have a lead on a great.
Oh, we got to get rid of this guy.
Yeah,
right
you got to. Yeah, you can't have that one. Yeah.
Don't mention what it is. Don't mention what it is.
There's an old saying in media: if you don't have something nice to say, you'll do great. Luckily, the press has Trump, so they never have anything nice to say. Eventually, this starts to become a problem. Since Trump got elected, doctors are seeing patients suffering from Trump anxiety disorder, or TAD. The symptoms of TAD? Feeling like the world is ending. I wonder why.
Donald Trump and his erratic behavior could be leading the United States towards World War III.
We're talking about annihilating millions of people. Yeah.
If this border wall happens, it will be an unprecedented environmental catastrophe.
We can't begin to normalize this. This is dangerous. This is childish. This is unpresidential.
This is it, the end of the presidential race, and it feels like the end of the world.
Look at that.
It never gets old. But that's why you really can't mock the ill when there's a whole industry selling them this kind of terror. As their go-to evil, the media has replaced climate change with Trump change. Everything bad in this world is now due to Trump, even as life improves. We've never been in a better spot with North Korea. GDP's going up, unemployment keeps shrinking. Optimism is higher than Willie Nelson. Yet if you listen to the other guys, the sky isn't just falling, it's already fallen and it can't get up. It needs life alert. But as much as the Chicken Littles hate Trump, where would they be without him? Trump's election created a need that we didn't know we had. The media has never been louder, celebrities have never been shoutier, academia has never been more strident. So haters, imagine if Trump were to disappear. How large a hole would there be in the lives of CNN and Morning Joe and Chelsea Handler? You think these people suffer from Trump anxiety? Wait till you see Trump withdrawal.
I wasted everyone's time. I wasted everyone's everything, and I feel bad. You don't think I feel bad?
I know that. You can't go back after Donald. He's added something to politics that we haven't seen, which is speed. Not the drug, the energy. It's the first time in 8 years so many in the media are sweating. Anxiety isn't from the apocalypse. It's from trying to keep up.
Well, now.
That's pretty good there.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm sure there's more anxiety syndromes that we can look at here.
I mean, I don't know about y'all, but when I hear stuff like that, it's just hard for me to believe.
Well, here's the way I feel. Here's the way I feel with this thing here. You know, we can't say homosexual.
Uh-huh.
We can't talk about transgenders. We can't talk about drag queens. That's what we talked about last week.
Right.
We can't talk about all these things. And they have made it just about now that you can't tell anybody that you voted for Donald Trump. Or they made it even during the election like that. Right. You better not tell anybody. So that's why everybody was so quiet, because of the way the media had made it such a taboo to say anything about positive about Donald Trump. And that whole pervasive spirit, you know, that spirit is so pervasive out there that nobody don't want to say anything. I think I got news for them. They're going to be shocked in just a couple of months.
Right?
There's really going to be a lot of anxiety going on.
Exactly.
In a couple of months when
November.
Yeah, when November comes around, it's going to be. But so we have to ask ourselves, when I see these people on their knees crying and screaming because they realize that so we're talking about supernatural stuff here.
Sure.
Now, I don't think people here really realize this is a supernatural thing.
Absolutely.
Is because there's a spirit at work that when you see somebody on their knees screaming like that, that's just not that person in distress. That's a demon crying out.
Yes.
That's a spirit crying out. When you get there in the I say the arena, when you get there in his rally campaign rallies and all this stuff breaks out, y'all know it's demons that's manifesting in people. That's not the way you act. But that's what is so scary about the end time is that when you get into these mob situations and all to where, look at here, when they call good evil, evil good, and they start saying all of these things, we're living in the last days.
Absolutely we are. And not only with this Trump anxiety disorder, there's so many crazy things going on in the news. When you click on Facebook, listen to the news, watch the stories, I mean, there is actually, you know, we talked about first it was homosexuals, then it was transgenders, and and all the other things that go along with it. Now they're actually saying that being a pedophile is a sexual orientation.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. And I'm thinking, they're calling all these things. I mean, it's hard for me to even believe. In the year, I'm 54 years old now, and I'm thinking I never see anything in my life like this. This is crazy. And now these people are acting this way because of the president.
Right.
Well, my goodness gracious.
Okay, let's read. What are anxiety disorders?
Okay.
Anxiety is a normal reaction to stress and can be beneficial in some situations. It can alert us to dangers and help us prepare and pay attention. That's what anxiety says. Something right here. You know what I mean? Like flying in an airplane at 30,000 feet. You know, that could cause somebody to have a little anxiety because that ain't normal. You ain't gonna just get off. There ain't no stairs. You just ain't saying stop and let me off. We're going all the way with this one. But anyway, anxiety disorders differ though from normal feelings of nervousness and being anxious. and involve excessive fear and excessive fear. Something like a spirit of fear. Oh my God, the world's coming to excessive. Anxiety disorders are the most common of mental disorders and affect nearly 30% of adults at some time in their lives. But anxiety disorders are treatable, and a number of effective treatments are available. Treatments help most people lead normal, productive lives in that here. So anxiety refers to anticipation of a future concern and is more associated with muscle tension and avoidance behavior. Fear is an emotional response to an immediate threat and is more associated with fight or flight, either staying or fighting or leaving to escape. Anxiety disorders can cause people to try to avoid situations that trigger or worsen their symptoms. You know what I say to turn off the news.
Yes.
Turn Donald Trump off. I mean, because if they have anxiety disorder about Donald Trump, CNN, ABC, CBS, all of those networks are feeding nothing but.
Absolutely.
It'll make you violent.
Yeah, that's what it was done.
Just sitting there watching it, and then if you say, okay, well, I'm gonna look at some comedy and turn it on late night shows expecting comedy, you get more. And that really, I mean, it makes me want to go to New York and Los Angeles and just start smacking comedians. So I have that kind of disorder, I guess. That's a.
Well, I don't watch any of that. In fact, I got to where I don't watch any of the news anymore, any of that kind of stuff that when they're talking about that, when they're talking about Trump and bashing him and all that kind of stuff, because he is my president. I voted for him, and I will vote for him again if he runs.
But I watch it all.
I mean, the thing.
And yeah, you know,
I say no transference of any spirit in any way whatsoever in the name of Jesus.
That's right.
Can't transfer into this body.
But I'm just saying how messed up our world is. I mean, these are the kind of things, can you actually believe? And the way they have talked about the president and put him down and put down the office and what he's doing, and all, I mean, unemployment's down. What's some of the good things that he's done? That
GDP's at 4% plus.
Right. I mean, they're saying all these things
in the economy.
They're saying all these things, but yet all we see is the things that are turning up. I mean, you know.
I mean, well, I just stuff like this. It makes me sick in my stomach. But in Virginia, this fella,
this is a common
is admitting he's a pedophile. He's a congressional candidate.
What's his name?
His name is Nathan Larson. He's 37 years old, accountant from Charlottesville, Virginia. He's running for Congress. He's an independent candidate. He's also admitted to raping his late ex-wife. And says here he just loves little children. He gets in chat rooms with little ones. Yada yada yada. And
I mean,
Snopes, however you pronounce it, has checked him out, and they have determined everything is true. So
we're gonna put a pedophile in. Somebody's running for election.
Yes.
For they'd rather have a pedophile in than someone make a law against pedophiles.
Right. You
know, because so here's what's got to happen. You've got to get this stuff in there so they can get their agenda passed.
Right.
That makes
Absolutely.
sense. So I like what Mark Taylor's talking about. He's telling people to do this here, is that if this is your time, you believe God's calling you into leadership, into the political realm, then it's your time to step up and get your paperwork in order and start running.
Right.
Because when good people do nothing, this is what happens. You know what I mean? And then this is all you're going to have to vote. This is all you're going to have to vote for.
Right.
So, I mean, it's kind of like, well, we had nobody else to run, and somebody's going in, and this is the position that they're going to go into.
Right. It's almost like people don't. I mean, it's almost like they're just in a like they can't see it.
There you
go.
I
mean, they can't see it.
No, they don't want to.
You're getting to.
Well, they don't want to offend anybody. Well, if we say anything, it's going to offend him.
But anyway, that's just one of the topics we were talking about tonight.
Let's stay on it. It sounds pretty good. I think that's all we're going to get to do tonight. What do you think? I don't know. You want to do the other one? You want to kill Toby?
Well, what I was going to say about the only thing I was going to say about that is that when you see people with shirts on and stuff like this that are
like kill Trump.
Yeah, I mean,
let's put Trump. I mean, you had all these people on there talking about blowing up the White House. Who was that lady? Who was that?
Oh, what was that crazy woman's name?
Blonde head.
Yeah.
Somebody call us in, text us in.
I don't forget what her name
Bill's
was.
usually real good with
Well,
stuff
I didn't
like
hear
that.
it. What's the question?
The blonde-headed woman that said she wanted to blow up the White House.
I've thought about blowing up the White House plenty of times.
Yeah.
Did I say it like her, just almost like her? Because
I
I've seen
can't
it
think of her
enough
name,
on. I've seen it enough on the news. So anyway, so you got people talking about blowing up the White House. You got people talking about taking Donald Trump's little boy.
I know, right?
Their little boy, and putting him in a room full of pedophiles. Or do they call them pedophiles? Yeah, they call them pedophiles. Putting them in, and you have all this stuff going on. But can you imagine if you'd have talked about putting our past presidents' daughters in the rooms with it? I mean, there would have been that'd have been a lynching. Yeah. I'm talking about that would have.
That's what I'm saying.
And we wouldn't have went to the White House to have a beer. I can tell you that.
Yeah, there's some things are just so messed up, and that's what I'm saying. I don't understand it, and so we look at all the confusion and chaos and everything that's going on the news, and talking about our president, and talking about this guy running for Congress, and people wearing the things they do, and it's okay to say kill Trump, and it's okay to wear shirts with conjuring up spirits,
and it's okay. We can't talk about transgenders.
Right.
Can't talk about none of this stuff.
Sending drag queens to school to read to your children stories and stuff like that. I am telling you something. I mean, we are definitely.
Y'all better be glad when the Lord spoke to us about building 99.9 FM. I prayed, I asked the Lord, do we go 501c3 or do we stay a profit station? And we went with a profit station. That means if we were 501c3, they could come in because of the things that we say about the president, because they could actually shut us down.
Right.
About anything. They could shut you down of your voice. But on 99, but because you're a profit station, you know what I mean? There's different rules that apply. So that is what's so important and I can plug for people now, is that what we're trying to do here, y'all, this is a voice we have, and your dollars, your financial dollars keeps us on the air.
Right.
So that we can say what we want to say. So I want to encourage you, go to cwchrist.com, click on the donate button. You can donate your monies in to there. You know what I mean? And then if you want to advertise with us, you can deduct your advertising dollars, because we will advertise for your business, or we will advertise you on the radio here. Or if you don't want to do anything, you can just say, I am a WCC sponsor. You know what I mean? That sponsors their programs. You know what I mean? So you can deduct things like that way. But there are many ways to do this here. But all the enemy wants to do is shut us down.
Absolutely.
If you don't think he wants to shut us down, look at what Facebook's trying to do to everybody. Trying to shut them down. So give to WCC 99.9, cwchrist.com. Go there and donate button so that we can stay on the air. Or here's what's going to happen. You're going to take us off the air, and you're going to hear, Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible. I mean, that's what you're going to hear all around here. You're going to hear music. You're going to hear some cookie Kool-Aid sermonette, and that's all that's going to be out there. You're not going to hear it right here out of the CSRA.
Right.
That makes sense?
Some of the truth and what's going on.
The voice of truth. So it's imperative for people to do this here. So what you were saying, Dana, was that we've got about 20 minutes here to really look at this here. The next segment we were going to talk about the killing Toby.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the second. Anxiety syndrome, get past it, everybody. And if you have an anxiety syndrome,
take it out on Toby.
Yeah, it's a demon. It's a demon. You can get it out in the name of Jesus. We can get that thing out of you in Jesus' name.
Oh, my gosh.
Or just swap parties. Or stop listening to the left side of your brain and move to the right side of your brain. And open your Bible and read it to start seeing what God says about certain policies. You'll change your thinking real quick when you get your head wrapped around the Bible and start seeing that Democrats wants to kill your babies and makes it legal to kill your babies. They want to make it so that at the 9th month, baby's head pop out and you can terminate by just taking a suture. Is that a little scalpel and sticking it in the top of the baby's brains, rattle it around a little bit, and the baby's dead. That is where it was going. Now it has stopped. You can still have your abortion, but that part of it is not going to be law.
Right.
And that's what those demons on their knees were screaming about.
Right.
Because they want blood sacrifice. And people are doing it with their children. Now, you can get your head wrapped around what God says about babies. He says, I knew he was in the womb. He says, and I preordained you and directed you that you were going to be a voice to the nation at this time. All the devil wants to do is kill our kids so that there is another one coming behind us.
Right.
Amen.
That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
So y'all don't pay any money. You can get this voice off the air too.
Right.
Somebody shout amen. I remember that man. Who was that man? Gene Scott. Do y'all remember him? Back in the 70s, 80s, Gene Scott. He was on the East Coast, West Coast in California. He could watch him. He said, they ain't sending no money, and cut the feed off going to the East Coast. Y'all start sending some money and we'll turn the feed back on.
Wow.
Hello.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, gosh. Okay, moving on.
Has anybody sent any money in yet?
So
we're talking about Toby.
Okay, Toby. I saw this post on Facebook, and someone had shared it. And
Y'all
it
ain't
says,
scared to be on his show with me, are you?
No,
All right.
It says, I took a friend shopping today, and I don't like shopping personally, but we entered the mall and went into Spencer's Gifts. It's a novelty-type store. And of all the perversion in the store, I saw nothing bothered me more than to see these T-shirts that they sell to anyone of any age. This was absolutely atrocious. Babies wearing clothes to tell each other, to murder each other. There must be some lines drawn because this is absolute garbage with Satan's fingerprints all over it. So I don't know if you have this camera right here, Pastor, where you can do it up, and I will cover the person's name.
Click on the picture.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get on the picture. Yeah. And I will show the pictures of what we're talking about. Can you see that?
Yeah, it says, let's sacrifice Toby.
Okay, that's one of the pictures, okay?
Yeah.
Of the kids killing. They got one kid tied up. Notice the black cat in the picture and all that.
Toby's tied up.
Toby's tied up. So here's the next picture. Can y'all read that?
Yeah. What's that sound out there?
But this says the Devil's Music Sing-Along.
Devil's Music.
Wow.
Devil's Music Sing-Along. These are all on T-shirts. So I went on their website to check it out because I wanted to see if they were really on T-shirts. And they are. You can go to this, to the store's website. But this one really messed me up when I saw this one.
Let's summon demons.
Yes.
Wow, look at that. And
look at that.
What's the name of the clothing outlet, you know?
Spencer's Novelty and Gifts in the mall.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and let you take care of it, sis. Go ahead.
Okay. No, but I was just saying that when I saw that is messed up.
That's sad, really.
And the fact that people have no mental what is the word I'm looking for? That it's like this doesn't even bother them.
Well, they think it's funny. They like it.
I mean, they don't. I mean, they see this and they don't think anything. First of all, they don't think spiritually that anything's wrong with that, and that they think stuff like that. They have no kind of what's the word, y'all, that I'm looking for?
Madonna said it.
Cool button.
That was Madonna.
That was Madonna?
Yeah, I got Clark. I'm going to jump in.
Okay.
I'm about blowing up the White House.
Yeah. Clark Scott. Good to have you.
Hey,
Scott. How you doing, Scotty?
Scotty Clark. Thank you. Scott. We couldn't remember who that was.
Yeah. She said she wanted to blow up the White House. Madonna did. Well, isn't that crazy? And if we got on the radio and said that,
they'd be down here.
There would be black suits walking in that door or finding us at church or at home, and they would be wanting to say, "Let's talk a minute. We need to talk." That's improper speech. You can't. You don't need to be saying things
about
like that.
any president.
About any president.
Right.
Absolutely.
He's the first president that the Secret Service is not even. I mean, I guarantee you could go up and threaten him to his face, and they just, back away, sir, please. We know you have a disorder. Please back away.
Yeah, right.
and who is that? Who is the White House press secretary?
Sarah.
Sarah.
I can't think of her. That's right, Sarah. But I can't think of her name.
Huckabee. Sarah.
Huckabee's wife.
Daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, she is the first press secretary
that has Secret Service.
Yes.
Ever. Because of what have said and what the media have said about her and what they have done, they have made it so that she can't go places or go in places to eat or anything like that.
Well, she's welcome.
Thank you,
at
Scott.
my house.
She's welcome in South Carolina. She's welcome down here in Aiken.
I was thinking about Scott today, about calling him and getting him to set up to do. I want to talk about the Third Temple. I was really looking at that kind of stuff more today, and I said, Scott's the expert on this here. So
Right.
Scott, if you're listening, just text me and say, yeah, Henry, call me. We'll do a program on the third temple, rebuilding the temple. I'd like to have you on doing that. Anyway, we put it right over the radio here.
You better believe it. Absolutely.
We'll put him on.
I enjoy seeing Brother Washington.
It was good.
I hear tonight. It was
While.
good seeing him tonight.
Toby, let's get back to Toby.
Okay, so let's get back to that. So, I mean, when did it become appropriate to
wear these clothes
to
like
wear
this?
those kind of clothes? And y'all, you can't miss. If I put it up here again, I want to see if you can pick up something on this picture, because
Here we go.
look real closely at the picture and tell me what you see.
Hold on.
Okay.
I see a black cat. What is these?
Those are little children's blocks. What's on them?
666.
On the little children's block.
What's the girls on her little chest?
Oh, that's just a sunflower, I think.
Oh, sunflower.
But I noticed that,
kid
those are
holding
little
down.
blocks that children play with to, build, and it's got 666 on it.
Well, something that I found out, listening to some things from way back, is the Apple phones. It has the Apple bite in it.
Yeah.
And when it first came out, you know what the first computer sold for? How much money?
How much?
666.
That's how much it was.
Wow.
That's what the first Apple computer sold for, $666.
That's because California taxed it $333.
Is that right?
Yeah. Because it's all California stuff.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. isn't
Evil.
it? So, look here.
Evil
We're talking about the
California.
clothes. We're jumping back and forth. You got to hang. Y'all going to have to hang with us tonight.
Hang with us tonight.
So, that's Toby. It was like, let's sacrifice Toby. So, I said, so what's let's sacrifice Toby?
What is that?
So, here it is. It's from a 2009 Satanic Panic is the name of it. So, this is Toby's sacrifice. That's what they're talking about.
Right.
So I said, no, this can't be real. And this is, kids can buy this. But you got to realize demons are attracted to symbols.
Exactly.
So we say forbid the transference of any spirit in any way
name of
whatsoever in the
Jesus.
name of Jesus.
That's right.
You can't
Cannot
enter into this
transfer.
body.
It's 1980.
This is what the T-shirt was portraying here.
Right.
What's that sound? What's that sound?
Upside down cross right there. Look at that.
Y'all need to tune in to watch this.
Yes.
Go to WCC 99.9. Click the link to Facebook. It's really supernatural. I mean, to the YouTube. IRS-168 is the number. Oh, the little boy's tied to a slab. Uh-oh. Somebody's running through the woods. We got to save Toby.
That or forget about Toby.
I'd be running the other way. I'm not running to the sound. I'm running away.
She's got the other
Hey, do you know
half.
what that is?
He had on half and she had on half.
That's called a misfit covenant. That's what that is. A misfit covenant. It's only 2 minutes, y'all. It's all right. Can't y'all hear that music?
Yeah.
No transference in any way whatsoever in Jesus' name.
That's right. In the name of Jesus, no transfer.
Toby Richards. Guess what they're getting ready to put in that jar?
Heart.
What? They gonna do what? Nah. And that T-shirt said, "Let's kill Toby."
Let's sacrifice
Let's
Toby.
sacrifice Toby.
He has taken the hearts.
Okay, that is what that T-shirt's about right there.
Absolutely.
So the thing is that you say, well, I don't know about all that. Let me tell you what. It's that T-shirt is drawing the spirits behind that movie to the kids.
Absolutely.
One thing you say, what's that movie about? And then they go watch this here, Let's Sacrifice Toby. And then when you look at the storyline of everything about Let's Sacrifice Toby, it opens the door up, the mental door. Let's go sacrifice Toby or whoever that you would think about doing this here. And that's all the demons want to do is get that stuff to happen. So I mean, that's one T-shirt.
That's just one of them.
And I went to look that up, and there is a Let's Sacrifice Toby. There is a clothing Wicked Clothes review. Let's watch this one here. Did y'all see that?
I did not see that.
Watch this here.
Necromancy.
Necromancy.
Today I have a review for you. I have a hair in my eye as well. Okay, that was a cat hair. I have a review for you, but it's not a typical review. If you have been around my channel, then you know that I normally do like makeup reviews, but this review is actually for a clothing company. So this clothing company is called Wicked Clothes. You may have heard of it from Instagram. They seem to be popping up all over the place on
It's an entry-level guy for raising the dead for fun and profit.
Really? So that's what Wicked Clothes is about. She did a review on Wicked Clothes. And what it was is that she spent money to buy one of those T-shirts. And what she did is that she says, well, after I purchased it for like $23, then she went there and started checking out to see, hey, is this a real company? And found out a lot of people have been scammed.
Right.
Have you ever been scammed before? I know I've been scammed. Buy something that didn't come in the mail, or buy something you thought you were buying, but it wasn't really what you were buying. It's like polarized glasses. There's a way to check polarized glasses. And if you don't know, you'll get scammed.
Yeah.
Right.
Or sea monkeys.
Right.
Sea monkeys.
You don't remember sea monkeys?
No.
They used to sell that, put them in
tiny
water or something, the crystals.
When we were growing up as kids, you could buy them out of comic book books. And I guess all you do is to add water, and you got little monkeys.
Yeah, those little things that expand or grow.
They were real, but they weren't sea monkeys.
That's what they called them.
I know they did.
That's what they called them, but they were little sea horses.
Hey everyone, it's Christine.
So that was just one of those shirts, though, Pastor.
And I feel like that's how they're getting their traction for their company right now. Very social media driven. Now, the reason why I want to do a review of this company is because I have seen on their Instagram, because at first I followed them on Instagram, and then I bought a shirt. I got this shirt. It says, "Let's Sacrifice Toby." And so a lot of their clothes are like dark like that. It's just like dark, kind of funny. It says children's activities. I mean, I really like the brand's clothing, like what's on the clothing. So I feel like if you are wondering if this company is a scam, so after I bought the shirt, I didn't really look into the company too much. The shirt is like...
That's as far as I'm going to go with it. But what she was doing of the T-shirt, Let's Sacrifice Toby. Oh, I like the T-shirts. I like the company.
Right.
Wicked Clothes.
Is the name of it. Sell Your Soul shirt.
Sell your soul.
Sell your soul. I mean, I was amazed when I went.
Do they have Give the 99.9 shirt? That's what we need to get out there. Please give the 99.9.
Oh my gosh.
So we can stay on the air and pay our bills. Amen.
Amen.
Keep us on the air.
Amen.
Hallelujah. CWChrist.com. Click the donate button.
Absolutely.
It's top of the month. It's August. It's top of the month. You can help us out a lot.
Amen. Amen.
It's got let's call The Exorcist.
Yeah, it was.
Then that might be good for us.
Yeah, right. But it was. I
start a cult.
No.
I mean, they've got so many things that it was just unbelievable. So when I saw this, I thought, wow. And the thing about it is that so many parents in ignorance or whatever. I mean, they will let their kids get shirts like this and wear them, and
for Trump stress disorder, they do have Coping with Stress, a self-help guide. So waitress pouring hot coffee all over herself while she's smoking a cigarette.
Oh, wow.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
hot coffee.
Wasting good coffee.
I thought it was that funny. And what was funny was the lady said she usually reviews makeup. And I'm like, what's that type of makeup she has on?
It's almost gothic, isn't it?
That
yes,
goth.
but it's
makes her look so pale
like
and stuff.
White wax type makeup.
Oh well, almost like being dead.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With more dark lips. But anyway,
need to go back to
we just live in a messed up world, guys, and it's I mean,
We can't talk about transgenders no more. We'll get Facebook jail. Somebody got in jail for us.
I know.
So we don't know who put us in jail, but we got in jail. I wonder if he can get out.
I don't know.
I mean, I even wrote YouTube last time. I said, "Hey," they said, I told them, they said you've been put this video's been removed, and I put on there. I wrote them and I told them, I said, listen, and they was talking about cutting Muslims' heads off. They showed them. Here's what they did. They were all laying on the ground, and the Muslims came up behind them and had the head, cut the knife with a knife, and I mean, it's cutting them right off. They show you doing it, and I said, look, and I said, I'm not trying to be one-sided on this thing here. I said, I didn't close off the comments. They could have commented.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't your video.
I wasn't the video. I got the video off YouTube.
Right. That's what was so funny. Yeah.
It's a YouTube video. I just rebroadcasted the YouTube video and got shut down on it. I mean,
I don't know if y'all seen the new hashtag thing, but it's a new thing that it's called hashtag walkaway. Have y'all seen that?
I have not seen that one.
It's well, the way they describe it is Democrats waking up and they're walking away from Democrat.
Isn't that amazing?
They're going to independent or Republican.
It's like it's either got to pull it's like having the blinders taken off their eyes.
Right.
So,
once you get those blinders taken off your eyes, you start realizing, you mean I've been voting to take babies' lives and legalize it? Yes, you have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every time you pull that blue ticket,
right,
you've been saying, yeah, let's kill more of them. Let's kill more of them. And I'm going, you got to realize they're killing your own.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There is a right to life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We believe a right to life. And we believe all lives matter.
Absolutely.
I mean, even the ones that are in people's wombs, they matter.
Mm-hmm.
They're babies. They're alive. What do you think, Gerald?
I agree.
Yep. How did we get from T-shirts to this?
I don't know. We've jumped all over the place tonight.
Trump.
But
There must
I'm
be
telling
a
you,
Donald Trump T-shirt with right to life, anxiety syndrome.
I can't take this anymore.
Let's go get us a pot of coffee and pour on us.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Well, that's terrible, isn't
Wow.
Yeah, it is terrible.
Well, you know what? Y'all go ahead and talk here. I'm going to see if I can't give me some music up here.
Here we are, yeah.
Back to the end. Hey, listen here. I'm going to Belize. I'm going to be gone for 10 days. Don't let somebody's going to set in up here next week and do us the show. If it don't, we're going to see you in a couple of weeks. Hopefully y'all sit in here and do one. Don't talk about transgenders while I'm gone.
Absolutely.
Please
we'll
don't
probably
do
be
that.
off of YouTube, so we'll just be
after
local.
this.
We'll be local next week.
Yeah, we had everybody here. Okay, y'all got to handle this thing while we're gone now.
That's right.
Make sure everything runs smooth. Keep it going on, Gerald. How about that?
Okay.
It's going to be good. Scotty Clark, it's good to see the text from you there, friend.
Absolutely.
Anybody else? Oh, he got a text back. He said, sure, we can do that.
That's right.
Yes,
Sounds
Scotty,
good.
we'll
Yes.
do that. God bless you, brother. It's good to hear from you again.
Well, it's been a great show tonight.
Thank you,
Yep.
everybody.
Anybody?
CSRA, we love you.
You know, this is crazy stuff, isn't it?
It is.
Everybody. All right. Bill, you got anything you want to say here?
No, just thank you for having me.
All right. I'm just glad you was able to sit in tonight with us.
Yeah, me too.
Here we go. I'm Henry Schaefer, and I want to thank you for listening to It's Really Supernatural program. Now tune in next week for more Acts of the Holy Spirit.